I wanted to switch companies for a while, but the thought of rewiring your boat and taking the old units out and putting the new units in um, can get a little intimidating, and that alone would hold me off. I'd be like, I don't want to make a mistake. You know, if you have a capable marina next to you with guys that know what they're doing, then yeah, I'd suggest giving your boat to them and letting them do it. The problem is the closest marina to me that I can trust to do that kind of work is like 4 hours away, and they have a waiting list. And one day I just said, you know what? Only way to learn is to do it. So I kind of just went with it, and I did it, and I did it myself, and I'm super happy I did it myself because I know where everything is. I know how all the wires are ran. If there's any problem at any time, I kind of know where it came from. I know why it's there, and I know how to fix it because I installed this whole thing. Me and my dad, we put it in together ourselves, and it really wasn't that hard. And that's what I'm doing this video, is to show you guys that it's really not hard to change out your old units and put in new units. Doesn't matter how old they are, doesn't matter what units they are, it can be done, and it's easy. It's easy and it's fast, and you can do it yourself, and that's the key. You can do it yourself. You don't need to pay anybody to do it. You don't need to take it to a marina to have them do it. You can do it yourself, and here's how it goes. All right, so here on the bow here, there's a lot going on, and I kind of liked it like that. So initially, I had a Lowrance flush mounted HDS 9 generation 2, and universal sonar on the trolling motor. So it was just connected to universal sonar. So all I had to do was unplug the universal sonar, unscrew it, cut the power to it, and take it out. Unplug all the other plugs and take it out. Then I put in the 7610 and this 741 XS, and in order to do that, all I had to do was, over here there's a Panoptix transducer. Now, unlike other transducers, the Panoptix transducer needs its own power. So I ran the Panoptix transducer along the shaft like a normal transducer you would. In here, you run all the wires in here, connected the power, and connected the other wire to this unit right here. I then connected the power of this unit to an outlet in here. It's easy. It's just the black wire, red wire. You guys probably done it a million times. It's all you have to do. Then I put in a GT52 transducer right here in the bottom of the trolling motor, and I get side imaging, down imaging, 2D sonar right here at the front, which is really convenient too. I ran the wires. This one is a regular transducer, doesn't need its own power. So I just ran the wire to this 7610, connected it to the 7610. I also connected the power wire of the 7610 into the outlet here. Again, black and red wire. Real easy, real quick. So the front was it just took time, but it wasn't hard at all. Then I took a network cable and I ran it alongside the boat to the console. Now, the boat already came pre-wired with a NEMA 2000 system, and I left that in there because then I put in this Airmar heading sensor right here. So I didn't need a NEMA 2000 network because it was already in here. So I just connected the heading sensor to the NEMA 2000 and the NEMA 2000 to the 7610. That we got to the console, the network cable was fairly easy to run. It just kind of goes alongside this edge. You really don't have to do much snaking. It's kind of like on top of this compartment. There's like a little indent where you can run the cable through. Every boat is different, but you run the cable through. You come out of the panel in here, and there's a panel in here, and I got it to this 7610 right here. Now these two units are the same, and with that network cable I'm able to share information, waypoints, sonars, all kinds of stuff. Then obviously I took the flush mount HDS9 out of here, and was able to get this mount, put the mount in, and put the unit in. When I took the HDS9 out, all I had to do was open this panel, find the wire that went to the LLS2 transducer in the back. When I did that, I unscrewed the transducer from the back there, took it off, took a rope, attached it to the wire of the transducer of the LLS2, and I pulled the wire out. And that was a little tedious because it was pre-wired at the factory, and they had it zip-locked to a lot of wires at the same time, so I had to cut the zip lock and I had to get it out. It was time consuming, but it wasn't hard. It was just tedious and took time. When I got it out, I had the rope still attached. What I did was I screwed in the transducer, a GT52 also, from the Garmin, in pretty literally in the same spot where the Lowrance transducer was. So I knew it was leveled, I knew it was, you know, installed correctly, because I literally did it how the factory had it. Just a different company's transducer I put on. And then I was able to bring that wire back out because it was connected to the rope that I brought through when I took the old transducer out, and got the wire through here and connected it into this unit right here. So it was easy. The tricky part is connecting the through-hole transducer. You see, again, boat was factory wired. The through-hole transducer that's in there is in there. I think the only way to really get in there is to take the fuel tank out, and that's just beyond my capabilities. So I was really happy to learn that Garmin makes a little box. I forgot the name of it, but I can look it up and add that into the video later. But Garmin makes a little box. I think it's like a converter box. A lot of people don't know about this, but you can make any transducer, especially if it's a regular 280 kilohertz transducer. You can make any transducer connect with any unit. So you can go Hummingbird to Lowrance, Lowrance to Hummingbird, Hummingbird to Garmin, Lowrance to Garmin. So I ended up going Lowrance to Garmin. But it's not even that you're going Lowrance to Garmin. All these transducers, they're all made, the good ones, they're all made by Airmar. So the company's the same. It's just that the connections are different. So in order to do, all I had to do was I had to buy that box. It was like $60, converter box, and it's in here. It's underneath the panel. You unscrew it, and if you call the company, if you call Airmar, they'll actually tell you. They'll ask you what transducer model it is, and then they'll tell you how to connect that transducer model into that box to get it to work for whatever unit you're trying to get it to work for. So now I got the one that was in there had the connection to a Lowrance screen. So what you do is you cut that connection, and now you're just left with, you know, like a wire. Then you split the rubbing, the protector off, and you take all those wires out. There's like a brown one, a green one, a blue one, a red one, a silver one. There's like 5 or 6 of them, and you take them out individually. You take the converter box, and you connect them, and the converter box has I think 10 points on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you connect like the black one to number 2, the brown one to number 3. Now, I don't exactly remember the combination, but it doesn't matter because for each one it's different. I just figured it out. My dad, he's an electrician, so he kind of already knew how they were supposed to go. So the first time we plugged it in, the first time we connected it, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't pick up the regular 283 kilohertz transducer. It wouldn't pick it up. And then he just changed one wire position to another spot, and it worked. So it was just like a little bit of trial and error, and he got it on the second time. But yeah, there's a phone number you can call, and they'll actually tell you exactly what wire goes where. And that was the best thing about making the switch, was not having to get in there, because I honestly can tell you it's impossible. Like, there's really no room to work in there. You have to take the fuel tank out. And a lot of people don't know that they can just get this converter box and convert it, and it takes away all your problems. So then once that happened, I plugged that end of it in here, and then I have depth at high speeds. I have side imaging through the GT52, down imaging